Hi, everybody. It's great to be here with you tonight. So you all met my daughter, Lily. Lily, wave hello. Lily is 8, almost 9. She loves to code, and she recently built her first website with an AI. My good friend, Sabrina Jeremiah, I'm sure lots of you know her, was just appointed to run Google Canada. And Sabrina is a rock star. She is visionary, she has international experience, she's an outstanding strategist, and it really should not be something we're talking about that she's a woman. But still today, in 2017, when you picture a tech leader, a founder, a head of function, someone running innovation for a large corporate, I bet you don't picture Sabrina. So how many founders do we have in here tonight? Put your hand up. How many of you identify as a woman? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Lily, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 women. So, Alex told you a little bit about who I am. And I'm here tonight to tell you a little bit more about Movethedial, which is a global movement we are building out of Toronto to advance women as leaders in tech. I am so passionate and joyful to tell you about Movethedial tonight. And it's such an exciting moment for me to tell you because this was a huge week for Movethedial. I'll tell you for a brief few moments about our origin story in a minute. But when I started Movethedial with an incredible team of leaders, Candace is here tonight, she's on our team, of leaders who are just rolling up our sleeves to do this so that in 5 years, 50% of this room will be female founders, not 11. When we started, there was no data that looked at the state of the nation of women in tech in Canada. And I found it actually quite embarrassing. I was going on BNN the night before our first event at Mars, and I could find little pockets of data, a little bit about VC. Mars had done some incredible work 3 years ago on the state of the nation for women getting funded, but there was nothing that looked at the whole state of the nation. So I'm going to just share a few of our stats with you. Number 1, outside of founders, which we looked at, which is quite representative in this room, women currently comprise only 13% of the average tech company's exec team, and 53% of companies don't even have a woman on their executive team. 5% of founders are women, and only 13% have a female on any of the founding teams. And actually, this work goes all the way back. This is a problem that is starting in terms of the number of women that are graduating from STEM, which means that we have to actually look at the entire life cycle of a woman in tech, all the way from Lily's age, because the leaky points actually start very early. Why does this matter? Why do we need to move the dial, and how do we move the dial? So number 1, why? It's very clear that we have better business results for all of our companies, whatever industry we're in, whatever kind of tech we're building, if we have diversity of thought, capital D, in every way at the leadership table. I personally am passionate about gender parity, A, because it's really not acceptable how it is, and B, because of Lily. But obviously this matters in every form. Number 2, we are all designing some form of solution for our population. And if we don't have diversity at the leadership table and at the boards and in product designing, our solutions will not reflect our population. Even our AIs, there is research to demonstrate that AI is being trained with bias. That's not good, because then it doesn't reflect the needs of our population. And last, obviously, as Justin Trudeau said in 2015, it's now 2017. It's just not acceptable. So how do we move the dial? We build connections, we amplify, we partner, and we cultivate and create programs that are super high impact, only in the white space. So lots of you in the audience might say, well, we have a great diversity program, or we have an awesome thing going on at TELUS, or Rogers, or the Tribe. Where's the Tribe? They do have an awesome program. Woo! Shout out to the Tribe, sorry. I'm really proud of the work they've done. We want to know from you, we want to learn from you, your best practice, and we create a few high-profile programs. So if you watch my talk from Elevate, it's on our website at movethedial.ca. You can hear our entire origin story. But for now, I want to share with you, we have 3 incredible programs coming this year. One, Move the Dial Stories, which is all about sharing stories of incredible women. Candace is going to share her thoughts, and that's a piece of it. Stay tuned for our Move the Dial Summit and our Move the Dial Pitch Series. You'll learn more about it if you follow us. Read our report at movethedial.ca and join our community by signing up, and you'll hear about all we have to offer. Thanks so much for listening.
Jodi, questions?
Questions? Oh, yes, questions. Okay, are there any questions?
Well, I'll start.
Yes.
So what's the biggest challenge you think in the ecosystem?
So I actually see it as a huge opportunity. I think that the ecosystem is ready and wanting to do this work. I'm not standing up here preaching something you don't know. We have come together as an ecosystem. There's actually about 120 ecosystem leaders, including you, who are really rallying around the work and making this happen, and a community of 4,000 people already that want to see this happen. We just have to take more proactive steps as individuals, shifting our individual mindsets. What can I do for her and for her and for her tomorrow to create an opportunity? And what are a few big steps, like the report, that we need to take together? Any more questions? Yes. So it's a great question. I think the fact that Lily codes is awesome, but how does Lily think she can be Sabrina at Google, or Candace, or like me? Lily needs to see people. Well, you can say yourself. Do you have any thoughts? Okay, well, I'll tell you. I think we can be what we can see. So I think if Lily and your daughter look around and see 95% male founders, it will be hard for them to believe that it's possible. But if we put our big ideas into the world and they see incredible female leaders being brave enough to stand up and share in front of the world, which is why I bring Lily to these, they actually will believe they can. And that's the basis of our Move the Dial Stories campaign, which I'm leading with Candace together. And it's all about showing those little girls what they can be. Any more questions? I love questions.
Hey, Jodi, I got a question at the back.
Yes.
Angela, hey, we're going to talk
Angela,
anyways.
new friend.
Yeah, good question to ask for the audience also, but have you actually taken the time to reach out to any government officials, especially when it comes to education? So you've got a young daughter. One of the biggest things that we are challenged as women is the fact that our education system is not bringing them up to actually be in that same position. So are you working with universities or colleges? Are you inside that system right now? Or are you looking for some help there?
Well, great question, and thank you for that. We want all the help we can get. And so first of all, our philosophy at Move the Dial is that if you are all about being positive, rolling up your sleeves and doing work, you're welcome and wanted. We are super inclusive, capital I. So that's A. So please sign up. And in our sign up form, you'll actually see that we ask you what your passion area is, and we get you involved. We have 4, in addition to our 3 big programs that are being sort of the focus of our programming, we have 4 pillars of work. One of them is around STEM. So for example, we are working with principals of schools who have done, and teachers who have done programs both in the public school system and in the private school system to fund pilots to try to bring some of our work, i.e. the stories, to augment what they have. But there's so much more we can do, and we are working with universities all the way down the spectrum to look later on, how do you encourage the graduates of engineering to not only believe that they can be an awesome coder, but take that to the next level of how do we need to enrich them to feel they can be awesome leaders and cultivate those skills in them.
Thank you.